I heard a phrase about a month ago that I'm sure I've heard a dozen times before, but this time it sort of tugged at me. So I wrote it down, went about my day, and I reread it later that day. And it still had that tug. So for once, this is something new for me. I put that phrase into my calendar as a daily reminder to pop up every morning. I tweaked it a little bit, but the phrase that I heard is this: how you spend your time is how you're living your life, or maybe spending your life. I don't remember exactly, but how you're spending your time is how you're living your life. And in and of itself, it's not particularly profound. It doesn't really obviously, duh. But like I said, for whatever reason, it tugged at me. Part of the reason that I think it tugged at me is because I instantly disagreed with it. Because I don't think time is something that you get to spend. I don't think time is something you have any control over. Time isn't a resource. It's happening with or without you. I don't think time is the thing that matters here. Understanding the finiteness, is that a word, of time matters. But I think what this phrase actually means, at least what it means to me, how I rephrased it in my reminder, is how you spend your attention is how you're living your life. How you spend your attention is how you're living your life. Attention is the resource at stake. Attention is something that we have control over. With certain practices, we can increase or decrease the quality and quantity of our attention. We can give it away thoughtlessly, or we can take ownership of it. And that's been the thing that has been most helpful to me by having this reminder pop up every morning. So, for like a month now, every morning I'll spend 1 to 2 minutes just thinking about my previous day through the lens of that phrase. Thinking about what I spent my time on, whether it was meaningful, whether it was useful, whether it was wasteful. And then thinking about how I can apply that knowledge, that little bit of just, thoughtfulness to how I'm going to spend my attention today. And the biggest thing it's made a difference in is probably something that I think a whole lot of people deal with, which is social media. And there's a distinction here, because I realize I'm posting to social media right now while talking about how social media has sucked my attention away. But what I've realized, one of the biggest things, there's been other things, but one of the biggest things that I've realized more of, I knew it before, but by analyzing it, by thinking about it, by encouraging myself on a daily basis to do a little bit better each day, I have realized the distinction between just mindlessly scrolling versus going to social media for a reason. There are people that I follow for different reasons, some technical, some more like personal, that I enjoy going to. It's, I use the word uplifting, encouraging, to listen to what these particular people have to say. And that's the aspect of social media that is absolutely worth my attention. But if I find myself scrolling and not knowing why, not having any particular thing I'm looking for, and just scrolling and laughing and scrolling and seeing things that make me go, oh shit, it's fun. That's why we do it. Get that dopamine hit. But it is not useful. And I don't think it needs to be eliminated, but it sure as shit needs to be cut down. At least in my life it did. And I don't even think I was off the rails with it. But it's made such a huge difference to reclaim that attention in my life. And a big part of that has been by shifting that attention towards more of those people, those channels, whatever, podcasts, videos, whatever it is shifting my attention more towards the useful and the meaningful. So, because this has made such a difference in my life, I figured it was worth sharing in my slow way. At least if it was meaningful or useful to me, maybe it'd be meaningful or useful to someone else. So figured I'd go out on a limb here and put my face with my words, with my actions, and say, hey, how are you spending your time? No, how are you spending your attention? How are you spending that attention on a daily basis? And does it matter to you if a bunch of it is being wasted? Because it just takes a little bit each day to change how you feel about it, to sort of shift gears. So I'm gonna stop because now I feel like I'm saying too much. How you spend your attention is how you're spending your life. It's how you're living your life. How you spend your attention. If you get to look back on your life, that's what you're gonna see. How you spent your attention. So, does that phrase have any meaning to you? And if so, awesome. Is there another phrase that has helped you through a phase of your life? If so, share it. Share it here. Share it on your own video, whatever. I've been helped by other people sharing their stuff. So hopefully this helps you. Regardless, I hope you're finding joy and fulfillment in however you're spending your attention.